At stop the last video. I had seen this and like uh my grandfather, told me a story that I like I didn't get it at the time until I just seen this video, which is crazy. It's wow. I didn't kind of understand why, because he was telling me like when he was young, he like when he was seven, like from like 5 years old or something like that, 5 or 7, he had to work. And like I was like going like I'm like going in my mind, as he telling me the story, yeah, I had to work to help the family and all these different things, and I'm like going, dang, at 5, yeah, he couldn't go to school. What's up, Awoken One? Yeah, he going to school. What's up, Jacan? Yeah, so instead of going to school, what he had to do was he had to work like at a young age, and I never understood it like until now, and I'm going like going dang, like I'm going like yeah, I had to work. He like yeah, I had to work. I think they were in Louisiana or whatever, and then he wasn't able to work there, so I guess the family they had my great great grandmother they and grandfather they had to move somewhere else. So in order for all of them to be working because my grandfather, which was crazy, he had his own business and everything, and he didn't even know how to read, bro. And I I didn't understand like why he didn't know how to read, but then that was it. He had to work. He couldn't go to school. He didn't go to school. He had to work to help the family and with money or whatever, and so he never went to school. And then I ran across this video, and this is why right here. I'm like going, dang, this is crazy as hell, bro. You feel me? I see why the history like of blacks in America they be trying to erase it and try to make it seem like it didn't happen. Even when we talk about it, it's like it's something that they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear this shit. But I'm just play it. Here we go. Here we go.
I went down to Illinois to register and vote. I got down and made my resolve back. My landlord said unto me, if you don't go down and take your name off the registration to move. I took his word and I moved to Drew, Mississippi. Couldn't get too much pressure to be on the landlord there. Had me to move on to Cleveland, Mississippi. After arriving to Cleveland, Mississippi, my wife, she had to go to the hospital down to Jackson. It's there on the same organization. And I didn't know what step to take. I'm still working. 9 girls here. I'm working, trying to take care of them, the best of my knowledge.
This is Mrs. Mildred Evans. She's 32
Dang, that's
years
my
of
grandma
age.
name,
She
Mildred.
lived on Mr. W.D. Fields' plantation for 11 years. She's the mother of 8 children. Her children do not attend school regularly because of food, clothing, and money. Last year, Mrs. Evans made 11 bales of cotton. At the end of the year, she only received $123.
I am 17 years old. I pick 300 pounds of cotton a day.
I am 9 years old. I help my mother pick cotton. I pick 100 by day.
I am 14 years old. And I help my mother pick cotton. I can pick about 200 a day.
This is Mrs. P. Williams, the great-grandmother of the
That's
5
wild,
children
bro.
here. She receives a small Social Security check each month, and from this she must help support the children. So their mothers earn and take care of them.
So the reason I do, because my mother worked a crop and I had to help her. And so I quit school so that I could help her.
I saw this.
I like seeing that. It just had me like, dang. Okay, so dang, this is why, like, Grandpa like had to work, like why he worked and didn't go to school. Like at that time, this is what they were doing. They dropping out of school and they helping their parents to try to feed the family and working. And it's like, dang, bro, you feel me? Like this shit is crazy as hell, bro. And like us, like it's wild because we came so far. As Black Americans, we came so far, and I think we kind of take advantage of a lot of things that they went through. And dang, bro, we gotta. We gotta get some straightening
Were
in this
left to
motherfucker.
fend for themselves. Jerome, how old are you?
9.
9. Do you go to school?
Yes.
Where do you go to school, Jerome?
At the old children elementary school.
I see. What is your sister's name?
Lois.
That's Lois. And what are your other sisters' names?
Jacqueline. And Beulah.
Catherine and Beulah. What happened to your foot, Jerome?
You can nail in at the by the wash house.
So you drove a nail in out by the wash house. What did your mother do for that?
With some alcohol on it.
Where do you sleep, Jerome?
In his bed.
You have this big bed?
Yes.
What happened? How did you get that hole in that bed there, Jerome?
The rats.
The what?
Rats.
Now, Jerome, you are taking care of Kathy, of Beulah, and Lois.
Yes.
Now, are you going to give them lunch today?
Yes.
What are you going to feed them?
Almost.
Do you have any food here to give them?
Yes.
Let's see. What time does your mother come home?
Almost.
The following day, Eileen King, the mother of Jerome, Kathy, Lois, and Beulah, again was picking beans. Eileen King, I saw your children yesterday at the Okeechobee camp. Why didn't you put them in the nursery?
Don't make enough to pay for it.
How much does it cost to put them in?
85 cents.
85 cents.
That's right.
Eileen, what time did you come out the field this morning?
6 o'clock.
What time would you get home?
About 3:30, 4 o'clock.
6 this morning to 4 o'clock this afternoon.
That's right.
How much did you earn?
$1.
$1.
That's right. $1.
Is that because the beans were poor quality?
That's right.
Has this happened before?
That's right.
How much will your food cost you today?
About $2.
Aileen, how old are you?
29.
How many children do you have?
Hey,
13.
dang, 29 years old with 14 kids.
How old were you when you first started working in the fields?
8.
You've been
Wow.
working 21 years in the field?
That's right.
Aileen, do you ever think you were left to fend?
That is crazy as hell, bro. Them was some trifling ass times, man. And we be thinking it's bad today. Like, nah, hell no. Not even close.
How bad was slavery, Daisy? How
It
bad?
couldn't be any worse there. I just keep trying to tell you. Can anything be any worse when a white man was having children by the Negro slave women and then putting them up for sale on the block? My father, they wanted to sell my father for a breeder for $12,000 when he was 12 years old. And old Golden, John Golden, was the rich planter. He wouldn't sell him for that. This lady that was in this room this morning is from New Orleans, one of the women. Just this past 2 weeks, she found this picture of my father down in New Orleans, and she's bringing it to me now. I'm going to have a copy of it, of my father.
Great. What regiment did he fight in, Daisy?
First New Jersey Cavalry. When he ran away, my father was on the plantation working for his master, and he with 27 other boys ran away, swam across the Rappahannock River, and joined the First New Jersey Cavalry in 6th when the war. So,
Was he a good fighter, your father? Did he fight hard for the Union?
oh, yes, yeah, he was a brave boy. Actually, he had nothing else to do. He was a brave boy. He had to be brave to come up here in this country.
History has never just been about what happened. It's about what's been told. And more.
Exactly. It's about what's been told. It's about the bull that they've always fed us. It's crazy, bro. This shit be barnacles as hell. It's a lot. It's about 1,000 times worse than what they say it is. Let me see. What is this one?
Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, then tried to deport every black person from America. Middle of the
That's too. I can't do that. I'm gonna get in trouble.
In the United States, slaves were deemed objects, not people. Bought, sold, traded, or gifted akin to livestock on a farm. Families heartbreakingly torn asunder during and post-auctions. Parents, siblings, spouses cruelly separated. The ability to read and write was a prohibited luxury, a strategy to stifle knowledge acquisition and potential rebellion. Freedom to practice their own religion stripped away. Slave owners feared religion would instill hope and unity among slaves. In courtrooms, justice was a mirage. Slaves couldn't testify against white individuals who wronged
Probably
them, a
was.
merciless trap within a system that disregarded their humanity. The harsh realities of slavery unveiled the system's brutal oppression resonating through history's corridors.
Hey, like this is what I feel like. Kind of feel like, you know, that's why like what's going on today, right? With the other people, like the other races going through what they going through. Like this is why we be saying like, bro, this we've been trying to tell them, bro. We been through it already. They don't look at it like that. They look at it like the way they look at us be hella weird as shit. And it's like, bro, we trying to tell them, look, this shit, the same shit, and it happened. It was worse with us though. Like what y'all going through with the deportations and stuff. That shit is nothing. That shit is a grain of sand compared to what our ancestors had to endure here. And you know, so that's why I don't get. And y'all don't like people don't know this history. It's like y'all don't know this. Like y'all ain't seen this. You feel me? They let you let them tell you anything when you come over here about us, and you believe it to the point to where you won't go do your own homework and see the history and see what we went through as Black Americans. You feel me? Like this is what we went through. This shit.
You're lying on a dirt floor. Your belly is swollen. This is your 4th pregnancy in 6 years.
Breeding forms.
You're 17 years old. None of your children are yours anymore. The first one, a boy, was sold when he was 3. You remember his face pressed against your chest the morning they took him. You remember the sound he made when they pulled him away, a sound you still hear in your sleep. The second one, a girl, went to a plantation in Mississippi. She was 18 months old. You never learned her name in the records. To them, she was just inventory, a number, a price. The third one died inside you. The overseer beat you in your 7th month because you didn't pick fast enough. They made you dig a hole in the ground and lie face down so the whip wouldn't damage your belly. It didn't matter. You lost her anyway. Now there's a 4th one coming, and you already know you won't keep this one either, because you're not a mother, not to them. You're a breeder, in the language of the plantation ledgers. You're listed the same way they list cattle. Your name doesn't appear, just your age, your health, and one word that determines your entire existence: fertile. This is America, 1842, Virginia. And what's happening to you isn't a crime. It isn't abuse. It isn't even unusual. It's an industry. They called it natural increase, but there was nothing natural about it. This is the story of the breeding farms, the darkest chapter of American slavery that they never taught you in school. Before we continue, if this story grips you, in 1808, the United States banned the importation of slaves from Africa. Politicians celebrated. Abolitionists cheered. The world believed America was taking its first step toward ending slavery. They were dead wrong. The ban didn't weaken slavery. It transformed it into something far more calculated, far more profitable, far more horrifying. Before 1808, if a plantation owner needed more workers, he bought them from ships arriving from Africa. After 1808, there were no more ships. The supply was cut off. But the demand was exploding. Cotton was king. The invention of the cotton gin had turned the Deep South into an agricultural gold mine. Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas, they needed bodies. Hundreds of thousands of bodies to work fields that stretched to the horizon. So the Upper South found a new cash crop. Not tobacco, not wheat. People. Virginia, Maryland, Kentucky. These states stopped growing crops and started growing slaves. Thomas Jefferson himself bragged that the birth of black children was increasing Virginia's capital stock by 4% annually. Read that again. The 3rd President of the United States, author of All Men Are Created Equal, bragging about human beings, the way a rancher brags about cattle.
Hey, it's wild because, like I said, bro, this the shit that they, you know, that they don't know. I think, you know, So when you come for black people, you gotta go fucking do your history first. Go learn something. Go see something. Go, oh damn, this is what they went through. You feel me? This is why they telling us this. This is why they say that. This is why.
By the end of the 18th century, there was a severe depression. Slavery seemed doomed. Then, in 1793, the invention of the cotton gin. Cotton could now be mass-produced, and an economic boom was in the making. Black hands and black backs were needed again to support a land. Who else could work so hard, so long, and so cheaply? But there were dangers in the system. Slaves could run away, or fight, or kill. And so, black codes were established that declared slaves were not persons, but property. These chattels could not leave the plantation without authorization. They could not visit the homes of whites or free Negroes. And for those who had the courage or the foolishness to defy the code, there was the whipping post, branding, prison, or death. As the country moved toward war, white men had established a moral system to meet their needs. At the heart of it was a belief in the Negro's natural inferiority. Slavery was declared not only an economic, but a social good. By the end of the 18th century,
They say, y'all, you feel me? Living off the backs of our forefathers. You feel me? In this country, we done built up, grew over all this goddamn time. And like, hey, it be wild, bro. I think it just be wild the fact that when you see that, dang, bro, as black people, I say, man, it's a lot of different races that just don't like us. Like, and you know, it's kind of fucked up. But then, you know, I understand. I get it. I get it. You know, you was programmed to be like that, whether you see it or not. You know, that slavery she held secrets in her heart. What? Oh, this look crazy. Is that the real picture? Look history. Oh, that's
Georgia,
crazy.
1839. Burke County, Georgia kept a secret so disturbing that 3 generations refused to speak of it openly. Between March 1838 and September 1839, 17 people died under mysterious circumstances at Willow Bend Plantation. This is Black AF
Son.
history. This is the unwhitewashed version of the stories you've learned in schools and what American history fails to add
What
and
point does it
teach.
not
Isaiah
become
Drummond, age
outrage? Yeah.
32, a
Yeah, con.
slave, worked as the head carpenter and was responsible for maintaining all structures on the property. His father had been a skilled craftsman from Virginia, and Isaiah inherited both the talent and the privileged position that had came with essential skills. He was literate, having been taught to read by Thomas's father in the 1810s, so he could follow building plans and order supplies. Caleb Tucker, 28, served as the plantation's blacksmith and metal worker. He had been purchased from a failed plantation in South Carolina in 1829, specifically for his smithing skills. Caleb was powerfully built, standing over 6 feet tall, and was known for his quiet intensity and complete focus on his work. The third man was Josiah Mercer, 26, who worked as Thomas Rutland's personal body servant
Yeah,
and occasionally as a
some weird
driver. The
ass.
plantation lady who bathed.
It's crazy because when you see like the older videos of when they show like the ones that were slaves, man, them motherfuckers was buff as shit. Why you think we be killing in all the sports and shit? You feel me? Like they were hella buff. Niggas was hella buff back then.
White supremacists, they would take the skin of African slaves and actually make shoes out of them. This is something that they don't like to talk about. Even today, there's a company over in Europe that makes shoes and leather products based on human skin. Right now, to this day, they make leather products based on human skin.
Wild as shit, bro. That's just crazy.
Shabuzi.
Here we go.
Shabuzi.
No, we ain't trying to get on shabuzi. Not right now. I'm just like going, bro. Let's see.
Of all the slaves, the house slave had the highest level of respect and acceptance. House slaves were willing to do anything to maintain their position after being spared the torture, which was both a relief and a driving force. These so called elite ex slaves even go so far as to become educators and pastors. The catch was that they could only teach their slave masters' version of events and facts and could never learn theirs. This was to maintain the white man's air of innocence, divinity, and superiority. This practice persisted for a long time, and even now, many people of African descent continue to teach students a distorted, stolen, and inaccurate history. There was no change, just simply
I think I'm not gonna hold you. The way I feel the same way that the way they do like the Bible and stuff like that, bro. It's the same way they do history. They use the same dumbass methods that, and we like so stupid we don't even understand it. We still, man, we still follow the religious beliefs and everything, even though we know it changed over time. We know they flipped a lot of things and they made it to be what it is today. Like every century, every year, they switched it up just a little bit. You feel me? To make it go with the times. You feel me? And like we don't want to accept that. We just still want to believe all these different things that they've been throwing at us, bro. This shit is all bullshit. All of it. It's all bull. It's all bull. And it's going to stay being that. Because, you know, we going to let it be that. That's the fucking weird part about it. But this shit is crazy, bro. But I just wanted to come in and just do a short video on that because like I said, I was tripping off my grandfather giving me that story that he gave me about him working at a young age, and like I couldn't understand it because like even with my kids, like you ain't gonna be working at no young age, bro. I'm gonna do all the work in order to try to make sure you have everything that you need. So it was like just kind of trippy, because I think I used to question him a lot because of the way that he was. He was different than everybody else. He was different than what we was. The way he act. You feel me? And I just used to question him on like the times of him growing up. I just kind of wanted to know. It'd be intriguing because we be hearing certain stories, and we don't. I don't know why we don't question our grandparents about certain stuff like that. Like, okay, wait, hold on, let me see, because this dude right here, like had me tripping out too. This guy right here.
Their response and how they actually felt about it. Now, my daughter, she's pro-black, right? Rightfully so, because I'm pro-black. But she ain't Martin Luther King pro-black. She's like Malcolm X pro-black, right? Like the what's up, my brother, oppression. That's what's up, my brother. She's one of them, right? So she says, well, Daddy, how long was slavery for? I said, well, for about 250 years. She said, well, what are some of the things that happened during slavery? I said, well, a lot of illegal experiments, breeding camps, forced free labor amongst black people, native people. There were some indentured servants, which were Italian and Irish. And then she was like, well, were there black slave owners? I said, yeah, there were black slave owners too. Not as much as white slave owners, but there were black slave owners.
True.
And their methods was just a little bit different. She said, why there were black slave owners? I was like, well, capitalism. A lot of them wanted to protect their family. And this was one of the few ways that they were able to do this as well. She says, okay, well, what happened after slavery? I said, well, then you got segregation, you got Jim Crow. She says, what's Jim Crow? I said, well, it's a time period where they created codes, black codes and laws, pretty much inhibiting black people from being outside, education, pretty much damaging the black community. This is where you see that black people couldn't ride on the front of the bus. This is where a lot of black people were also getting lynched, and a lot of black people were getting attacked and followed and hurt, and X, Y, and Z. The conversation is a little bit longer than this, but then she starts getting this kind of flustered look on her face, and I said, well, I'm thinking maybe it's a lot of information for her. I said, well, baby, well, you okay? Everything's all right? She says, well, I don't get it. Why would a group of people do such a thing? And I tried to give it a kinder answer, and I was like, well, in my opinion, a lot of it also stems from the idea that we believe and think the same way they think. So if we were to ever get empowered, that we would do these things to them, that we would hurt them and we would take their lives and we would pretty much wipe them out. And she pauses and she looks at me. She says, well, Daddy, that makes a lot more sense. I said, Moy. She says, Daddy, that makes a lot more sense.
Exactly. Yeah, it didn't even have to go that far. It's like I understand now. Which is crazy. I don't know, about y'all, but like I like my parents never said nothing about these things. Like as I can recall me coming up, my parents never said anything about these things. My grandfather never said anything about these things. Like I said, I had to question him and ask him certain questions because I think I was asking him questions because of the way his kids, my mom and my uncles and aunties were. You feel me? The way they were. So I had to ask him questions, to get a better understanding of, him raising them and how they were. You feel me? Because you got to understand, like the one lady right there, right? She's in the cotton field picking cotton all day. That's what she's doing, while the kids is at home, and another kid is taking care of the other smaller kids, because she has to work. So they weren't around the kids like that. Like if you really think about it, they weren't around the kids like that. So when the kids grew older, they developed that same frame of thinking. They were doing the same thing. They think they would go out and work the whole time and not really be around the kids. And then you got to understand that it kind of goes on and on and on and on to where the things that happen with them, they're not given to the kids because they don't want the kids to like you like I think in a sense we don't want our kids to know what we went through as kids because we tried to give them something better and make things better for them. But in a sense, bro, you have to tell your kids every fucking thing. You have to give them everything so they'll have a better understanding of why you're the way you are and why you treat them the way you treat them. And you feel me? Like it took me a minute. Like my older kids, I didn't do that with, but my younger kids, that's when I started doing it. And I started telling them everything. Like I don't hold back from nothing. And an old lady told me one time. She said, she heard me telling my daughter some stuff when my daughter was like 5 years old, and she was like, "Dang, it seemed like you just tell her everything. You answer all her questions." I said, "Yeah, all the time. I just want her to know before somebody else teach her." And the lady was like, "Yeah," she said, "you keep doing that, she gonna be smart as hell," and she is. You feel me? But it's crazy because us even coming up like it's weird, bro, because you don't even learn and you don't understand. It don't click to you for a while. You feel me? Like you'll be running the streets, selling drugs, kicking it, partying. You feel me? All the way up until you fucking 40 years old. And then you'll still be doing it. Yeah, and you don't understand how time just goes by. It just goes so fast. Like, you go like, dang, you'll smoke a blunt today, wake up 2 years later and be like, dang, wait, how long? It seemed like yesterday I just was, learned how to roll, and now like 5 years, 6 years that went by, and then your kids is grown. Like my kids is like all coming, they're grown now. So it's like, once they get to that point, you can't teach them. You can't give them a lot of things like you used to. They're steady going like, how come you didn't give me that shit way back when? Like even us, like when we got older, like we started really bumping heads with our parents and not, wanting to listen to a lot of things our parents were saying. And like we keep on passing this same understanding on and on and on and on, bro. And that's why I always say, bro, like, you running out there, you think you're trying to change the world and this and that. You're not gonna fucking change the world. Change yourself first. And change the ones that's around you. Your children. You feel me? The ones that's close to you. You feel me? And let it go start like that, because going out and try to change that thing that's always been the way it is, bro, it's a lot comes with that. You feel me? Like you like we'll take ourselves away from our family in order to go save something that doesn't need saving, because that's the way we look at it. Like we get lost in the understanding of saving the world, thinking the world needs saving, and it really don't, because everybody's doing what they want to do accordingly. You feel me? Like we can talk to people and we can say certain things, but a lot of times, bro, it's not gonna change motherfuckers. They gonna hear you and they gonna keep doing, or they gonna do what they decide to do. You feel me? It's like a lot of these things you gotta kind of let happen, and sometimes you gotta sit back and just watch. Or you gonna fucking drive yourself crazy. Or you gonna end up sacrificing yourself for a cause that you think is a cause and it's really not. And that's what a lot have done over time. Like, i.e., the stories of Jesus. He sacrificed himself for the world. What is the world doing? The same thing. It's not changed. It ain't changed. Ain't nothing changed. Like, how you think how many people that played the role of Jesus into giving their life for this thing right here, because they don't understand it. Like, think about this, right? This is the way that I put it. And and hopefully you can understand it more of this way. Trees, plants, grass, they fight each other. You feel me? There's a war within the plants. Weeds and different things like that that attack and feed off the nutrients of other trees. You got animals. What do animals do? You got tigers, lions, bears. You feel me? They go out and they kill other animals in order to survive. Dolphins, whales, killer whales. What do killer whales do? They go out, they kill other whales and other fish to survive. Everything, this is the way the world works. This is the way this reality works. There's nothing that doesn't feed off of nothing else. So why are you trying to save something that it's happening in everywhere? If you think you're going to stop it with humans, like that's like saying you're going to be able to go and talk to the lions and tell the lions to to piece up with the fucking with the cheetahs. Like telling the lions, hey man, we got to create peace. We can't be fighting the cheetahs no more. The lions is not hearing shit. They're gonna eat your ass. Period. They're gonna eat you. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna eat you. Like that tiger, that lady stepped out the car arguing with her husband, and the tiger came up and snatched her and drug her off. You feel me? That's exactly what's gonna happen. In this world, this is what happened. This is reality. And we don't want to understand that. We don't want to accept that or believe that. We think that we can change this shit and make it better, but in a sense you can. You can change yourself and make it better for you. You feel me? In hopes that that piece that you change within yourself reach a couple of other people. But the world, bro, this is what the world is. Like stop looking at people and go look at animals and insects. Go look at animals and insects. Go look at trees. Go look at everything else. Just how we catch diseases, animals catch diseases. Just how we catch diseases, plants catch diseases. You feel me? Like, period. Period. Like, don't take my word for it. Go do your own research and go and just look. And look at everything else and look at how the animals and the fucking, the ants and you like, I'll be watching all those things. I don't know why I've been watching those things since I was little. And I said, because I always go, dang, people always want to change the world, but they don't want to change the world. They want to change humans. It's because you want humans to be the way that you feel like humans should be. Let's see, I'm mixed, born and raised in the South, and my parents didn't tell me and my sister about social justice issues and stuff, I guess, wait, hold on, what'd you say, Con? I guess because they thought it would have a bad affect us, but that what stuns us in a way. Yeah, they didn't teach us about these things. You feel me? They never did. Like my parents never told me about like racism or none of that shit. I had a lot of things in life. It's like we had to learn on our own. Like our parents always taught us to just be good people, treat everybody else the way you want to be treated. You feel me? Get a job, work the rest of your life. You feel me? They always it's almost like they taught us with like giving us the slave mentality almost. Like you need to be another robot. You feel me? Be a robot. Look, the best thing for you to do is be the best robot that you can be because you know being a robot is what everybody's doing. So get out there and be a robot because that's that's what you got to be. You got to be a robot. You got to be like everybody else. You got to do this so everybody will look up to you and this and that. And it's like, nah, bro. Like, nah, I don't want to be a robot. I'm fuck that. You feel me? I've been a robot like my whole life, you try to prove yourself to people. You feel me? You go on the job. You try to work hard. You feel me? You try to do your best to do it. One mistake, they fire your ass. You feel me? Come on now, bro. This shit would be crazy as hell. It'd be crazy as hell. But I'm just saying, like, don't take it from me. Like I said, go look at how the animals act. And like we always separate ourselves from animals, and it's like, nah, we're animals too. That's why we fucking act just like them. That's why when you see the ants fighting other colonies, it's the same thing. A whole ant colony will go in and destroy a whole nother ant colony, and we'll say, oh, that's nature. No, all this shit is nature. All this shit is nature. All of it is reality. All of it is happening. We're doing the same thing despite what? Despite who came to this mother. You know how many people came here and gave their life trying to save the world? A world that doesn't care about them, a world to where people will listen to you and know you're saying the right thing and they will still, go and do the wrong thing. Like, come on now, bro. That's the way it is. This is like Gandhi. You feel me? Remember the one dude, the Buddhist monk dude who set himself on fire. He literally set himself on fire, sitting in the lotus position, gave his whole life. You feel me? For a world that you feel me wasn't going to change. You feel me? And like that's the thing. It's the illusion of us. I think that's part of the illusion. Of it's also it's another video I've been working on that I'm about to drop. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. The illusion of power. You feel me? Because why everybody thinks they're winning, but nobody is. Because everybody think they winning in every fight. You feel me? Nobody's winning because it's really an illusion. It's really a fight that you're creating, that we're creating ourselves, thinking it's this thing, and it's really not. You feel me? And then we going up against each other. Oh, you supposed to be this. They supposed to be that. It should be like this. It should be like that. You feel me? And fucking nobody is right, but everybody wants to be right. And everybody wants to have their own control because that's all. We talked about this y'all a long time ago when we said it's like that movie with Rowdy Piper. You feel me? When he was walking and all the signs were saying, do this, buy this, buy that, think like this. This is what everything is doing. Everything is coming up going, hey, don't think the way you think. You need to think like this. Hey, don't buy the stuff you buy. You need to buy this. Hey, don't believe the stuff you believe. You need to believe this. This is what every fucking thing is doing. Everything you watch, this is what it's doing. And then if you don't believe and you don't follow it, those ones that you become the outcast because you don't believe in blackness, because you don't believe in America, because you don't believe voting for a president. You feel me? If you don't believe, that's really when you become wrong. You feel me? Like you be wrong when you saying what you saying about the shit, but you really become wrong when you don't believe it. Yo, you don't believe in Jesus? Like that means you're not going to heaven. It's like you not going either. You feel me? Like you don't believe in Islam? Then that means you're not this, you're not that. And it's like, do you see how these things are destroying everybody? Like I don't believe in nothing these days, bro. I hate to say it. I do not believe in anything. And I don't care what people think about it. I don't believe in anything. But I believe in everything all at the same time because I believe that if you believe, it's going to make it so for you. You feel me? But I don't want to be, caught up in none of this bullshit no more. It's just because that's what it is. And it's leading everybody to point of destruction that it's been leading everybody to. And I guess nobody, some people seeing it, some people understand. They call it we're waking up. But even that part aspect of it, because it's like, what are you waking up to? To noticing that it's bullshit? Is that what we waking up to? Because that's what you wake up to notice that it's all bull. And then it's like, now what? You feel me? Like, shit. Even when you notice it, it's like, even when you so-called wake up, it's like the bills don't stop coming. You feel me? Life don't stop living just because you feel like you even woke up. Think about that, bro. This shit be bullshit. But you feel me? I guess we got to play the game in order. It's almost like the illusion. Everybody got to play into the illusion in order so you'll believe the illusion all the way until you get to your death. And then when you get to your death, that's when you realize it was all bullshit. And you looking at it going, damn, wait, I fought for America all these years? Wait, I fought for this all these years? It's like, man, I wasted my whole life trying to fight for shit that I shouldn't even been fighting for. You feel me? Like, I bought into the illusion. And it's like weird as hell, but it's like, what can you say, bro? What can you say? Because like I said, when you say it's an illusion and you let people know and you show them why it's an illusion, you're still going to catch hell. You're still going to catch hell. They're really going to, like, even like me, like, going to and turning to psychedelics and doing psychedelics and gaining the understanding or the things that I feel like or I think I know. Like, that was a whole fucking other territory to me right there. That I went through, just like with family and shit like that. You feel me? I was like the junkie or something. It was like almost like I was a heroin addict to everybody. You know? Like, because people didn't understand. You feel me? It's like the same way, bro. But this shit is crazy. But I'm just saying, know thyself. You feel me? Once you start to know thyself, and then you start to understand how you look at everybody and everything else. So figure yourself out. Fuck all that other shit. You feel me? Figure yourself out. Look at yourself and see how you are programmed to be who you are and what you are. You feel me? In your beliefs, in the way you stand, the way you look at things. You feel me? Know that, and then you'll start to understand everything else. Everything else will start to come to you, and you'll see the act that everybody's putting on. Let's see who can fool themselves the most with the tricks of the age. Exactly, bro. You be the biggest trickster to yourself. That'd be the crazy thing. That'd be the crazy thing. Yeah, chop wood, carry water. I feel if enough is of us wake up, we'll drop the bills at least. The illusion that we're trapped in the lifestyle surrounded by paying those bills. I don't think so. I think that's another illusion that we want to create. The illusion of if we stop doing this, then this will happen. You feel me? Like, that's another illusion that's created in itself. You like, because no matter what, and even that illusion of everybody waking up. Think about that. That's another illusion that's been. Everybody waking up, bro. That's the biggest illusion. I'm gonna say it again, bro. If all the people wake up, you got to understand the insects got to wake up, the animals got to wake up, the trees and the plants got to wake up. That means everything, every living entity, every living being that's walking this planet will have to wake up. People waking up is not going to change the world because people don't make the world. People make people. That's it. We think people control the world. No, they fucking don't. We don't. We never have. You feel me? We might be the strongest ones, as we say, on the planet, but we don't make the planet. The planet is made up of a lot of things that are a lot more than us. But we try to make it seem like it's us. The world is us. No, it's not. The world is a multitude of things that it takes to make this world. And people are not just it. So for even, for people to wake up, which is impossible, you feel me? It's so close to impossible that it is impossible. It's not even a thing. You feel me? Like, think of, like, bro, that's impossible as hell. That's impossible. Let's see, the Me's Nation national anthem. Huh, exactly. Exactly, the Me. But I'm saying people waking up, bro, that's not even a fucking thing, bro. That's the biggest illusion on earth right now. Like that's like saying like that's like all I heard the Muslims say, the Muslim lady say, yeah, we're trying to everybody's gonna be Muslims. Impossible. Impossible. You feel me? Impossible. We're not going to never have one religion because we will never understand that all religions is one religion, branched off into a lot of different belief systems. First off, we don't understand that. We will fight and we will kill for the religion that we believe is rightfully so to ourselves. You feel me? If everything wakes up, you go to sleep forever. Exactly, Wally. Exactly. But that would have to be, like I said, everything would have to wake up. Everything, the sun, the moon, the stars, everything would have to wake up for this thing to stop being what it is. And that's not going to happen because the thing itself already then split itself into so many different things that is basically experiencing this thing in every which way. And it's not going to stop doing that. That's what, once it started, it's going to keep going. It's going to keep going until the wheels fall off, until this shit just explode and it be no more. You feel me? Which I doubt is even a thing in itself. But on that note, I got to go though, y'all, because I got to start getting ready for work. And yeah. Another interesting video as always. Thanks for watching True Life Stories. You feel me? Hit that like button, on your way out. And if you ain't sub up. Peace out.